Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Now, firstly I would like to apologise if my voice sounds a little bit off. I have been very ill, but I'm nearly at the end of it now, almost through it, and I need to record a video, so here we go. The PS5 train is well and truly rolling now, as we have had a few PS5 only games, but right now, with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart's release, we are in full flow. It's a phenomenal game that gave me my best 15 hours of the year so far. With that in mind, join me as we explore how Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart shows us the full potential of the PS5. So, let's first talk about the massive elephant in this particular room, the graphics. What in the actual hell? Never before have I seen a game look this incredible, regardless of which setting it was on. 4K, ray tracing, improved FPS, whatever, it's irrelevant. I tried the game on every graphical setting possible and it looked ridiculously good no matter which one I was on. Playable sections seriously look like cutscenes. A cutscene will end and you'll just be stood there, unaware as to the fact that you're supposed to move now. The worlds themselves look stunning, and were clearly designed with the intention of flexing the technical prowess on show here. It's crazy how a game could look this beautiful and have almost zero technical issues. I had 0 frame rate dips. 0. For a game to look this good and have this much going on screen at any given time, and for it to not have a single frame rate drop, that is simply insane. Obviously I can't speak for the experience that you guys will have, but me personally didn't have a single dip. I had a couple issues with animations not fully completing or NPCs walking into a wall here or there, but that is literally it. Absolutely ludicrous that this kind of thing is even possible, and you really have to see it for yourself on your own console to believe it. But what disappoints me is how this game, in the words of DJ Khaled himself, is suffering from success. Everybody is talking about how good this game looks, and understandably so. I mean, look at it. But they aren't talking about how good the game actually is. Many games use incredible graphics to mask other shortcomings, but not Rift Apart. The gimmick here is the rifts. Nefarious is sick of always losing, so travels to a dimension where he always wins. Concept is simple enough. Now, we all saw the trailers. You'd be forgiven for thinking these exciting rift shenanigans would be restricted to set pieces and cutscenes, but hell to the no. In game, you can wander through rifts seamlessly. It's ridiculous. No load screen, no pause, just walk through the rift, different place. It's incredible, and once again, further illustrates the technical achievements that Insomniac have achieved here. The backbone here, though, is how the progression links into the gameplay. It does operate similarly to the 2016 game, except it's just better. The weapons are far more exciting and you will want to use them all. Literally all of them. Once you have acquired enough bolts, you go straight to the store and purchase a new weapon. And you will use them all. The only way to level up a weapon is to use it. Once you use it enough, you can level it up and are able to acquire upgrades in the skill tree. You start the game with your blaster gun and one other weapon of your choice, but end the game with 3 weapon wheels. And you know exactly where every weapon is in the wheel, and you will switch to them all. The final stretch of the game is just wonderful because you've got so many weapons and you will probably have to use them all. You don't feel, oh damn, I have to switch weapons again. You think, oh damn, I get to switch weapons again. They all have their uses, they all have enemies that they work best against. Weapons aside though, the combat doesn't really evolve, like at all. It does get a little repetitive, but it still never becomes boring either. It's so fun, my words are escaping me, I could play this thing all day. Exceptional weapon design. What's not so exceptional is the enemy variety, or I guess more accurately, the lack of it. The enemies that are here are very fun to kill. As I mentioned earlier, they complement the weapons greatly. But I must have fought the same mini-boss at least 10 times. That's not really ideal. Is it a bad mini-boss? Of course not. Do I want to fight it 10 times? Of course not. Minor complaint though, but it does become a tad grating when you're constantly facing the same foes, or reskins of foes. I feel like a game centered around multiple dimensions should have done more. The bloody worlds though, goodness gracious me. I touched upon it earlier, but seriously, goodness gracious me. So much variety, so many colour palettes, so many beautiful locations. Having excellent gameplay is one thing, but when that excellent gameplay is taking place in a world as captivating as this, you just can't go wrong. I realise a lot of this video may feel like mindless gushing, but if you've played the game, then you'll understand. None of the levels are frustrating. There's no part of the game where you'll be replaying and think, ugh, not this part again, because it's all great. Actually, I wasn't too fond of the underwater base level, but that is all. The story though is serviceable. I know this is a game that needs to be suitable for children, so I suppose I wasn't the demographic for this story, but good grief, it's difficult to sit through. It's overly enthusiastic. The characters are all so out there and loud. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old and miserable, but it was just a bit much for me. There are strong moments for sure. The whole thing with Ratchet figuring out whether he wants to find the other Lombaxes or not was intriguing enough. But most of it is just like, Rivet doesn't like Clank, but then they almost die and she randomly likes him again, and it's a big thing. An emotional moment, however, and it's just like, you didn't earn this. We're an hour into the game, there wasn't enough tension for this. Speaking of Rivet, she is actually a really cool character. It can be difficult adding a new character to a franchise as beloved as this one, but I think they did as good a job as they could. She plays exactly the same as Ratchet. In gameplay, she is a reskin, but personality-wise, she is different. Ratchet seems more exuberant and naive, whereas Rivet is more battle-hardened and used to having her back against the wall. I enjoyed her. She brought something different, and I feel like she works. But overall, I would say that the story isn't great, although it clearly wasn't written with me in mind. I didn't play for the story though, so I don't really care. What I did play for was the awesome weapon variety, beautiful locations, incredible moment-to-moment gameplay, and to just have an all-round great time. And I did. I went for the Platinum Trophy, and I got it. If you follow me on Twitter, which you absolutely should, then you'll know that I do enjoy going for Platinums, but only if I really like a game. And I really liked this. At the time of recording, I would say this is definitely my 2021 Game of the Year, edging Nier Replicant in my rankings. Rift Apart is exceptional. There will be people who say it's too similar to the 2016 game, but I simply disagree. The set pieces are crazier, the weapons are cooler, the worlds are beautifuler? Everything about it is at least a small step better over the previous game, and that can only be viewed as progress. In all ways, whether it be the game itself or from a technical perspective, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart shows us the true potential of the PlayStation 5. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I hope my voice wasn't too grating, but yeah, that's it. If you enjoyed it, then please consider leaving a like, as it would be greatly appreciated, and if you want to see more content from me, then make sure to subscribe, because I love videos just like this one every single Friday. Have a nice day, and goodbye.